My concern is distracted drivers. Radio, GPS, bippity booping on the screen. That's what concerns me. All right. That's my biggest concern. Can I magically wave a wand and fix that? No. All right. Because that's not going to go away. The demand for that kind of stuff is not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. People aren't going to go magically overnight say, okay, I want to go analog now. Yeah, let's go back to analog dial gauges. I don't want any digital stuff. It's just not going to happen. So again, that's really the hard part is, can you put that genie back in the bottle? Not really. So how do you make riders more attentive? Do you make them go to a class? Do you make them get a license? Do you have a learning mode that turns all that stuff off? I don't really know. I have toyed with those ideas. It's like, okay, when you're breaking in your Sea-Doo, you can't use your sound system and you can't use your big digital dash for the first 3 hours. Can you imagine? Honestly, can you imagine if Sea-Doo made you shut all those things off and just made you ride for the first 2 hours or first 3 hours? And people would cry bloody murder. If they did that, it would be the funniest stinking thing. I'd roll over laughing. But they're like, hey, we want to force people to get used to riding their skis without messing with the radio or messing with their GPS systems or messing with their big digital dash. They can't sync their phone to it. All this stuff is turned off. The only thing you got is a limited go throttle and you got your brake reverse. That's it. Oh my gosh. That makes me excited. That would be a great idea, but it's not going to happen. All right. Because people would, they'd riot. They'd show up at dealerships with torches and pitchforks. So that's obviously not a viable answer. So again, I bring this stuff up theoretically because my concern is in areas, in states and in countries that do not require any sort of training or license. You just can jump on a new wave runner and go to town and just go hauling butt. We have the potential for distracted drivers. So I would, and I've mentioned this and I've suggested it, is bring all sound system toggling controls. Basically, all controls need to be on the handlebars. That way your line of sight isn't broken. I think that is the best solution. All right. I'll tell you what. You guys want to know if the people you're riding with are attentive? I'll tell you this. Go ride in a small group of five people. And I want you to pull alongside people, not close, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet away. And I want you to look at them. And I want you to count in seconds out loud how long it takes for them to acknowledge that you're looking at them. I'm serious. This sounds silly, but stare at them. If you're on like a big, long straightaway, I want you to pull alongside 30 feet away, and I want you to stare at them and see if they're paying attention. And because they're going to stare at you going, what? What do you want? But that's my point. All right. I'm telling you, try it. And you'll see. You're like, dude, I was staring at the side of your head for a minute and a half and you never looked. I'm never riding with you again. Right? I'm telling you, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. It sounds super silly, but that's my litmus test. I'll go out and I'll go on rides with people and I'll stare at them and they won't look. Or sometimes they'll look back at me and they're like, what do you want, you weirdo? Stop staring at me. But that's my test. This is just to stare at them and see how long it takes for them to look over. I'm telling you. Now, obviously, if you get right alongside them, they're going to stare at you. But 20, 30 feet away, stare at them. See what happens. Okay? That's why you don't. That's why I just hate big groups. Because no one's doing this. Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.